Hey everybody, good evening, and welcome to episode 9 of the Mondo Happy Hour. My name's Eric. I'm joined, as always, by two of my best buddies, Mitch Putnam and Rob Jones. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
What's up?
And we are joined by two very special guests tonight, one of which we've known and worked with for probably about 10 years now. He's a great artist, and his name is Tom Whalen. Hello, Tom.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me, and happy to finally be on one of these.
Yeah, man. Happy to have you. And next up, we are also joined by relatively newer artist, at least to our world. He's been creating awesome artwork for long before than we've been working with him. But Peter Santamaria, aka Attack Peter. How's it going, man?
What's up, dude? How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing well. You have the most professional setup.
I was just gonna say, coming from his broadcast studio.
Yeah.
If I don't do this, I can't write off all my toy purchases all year. You understand? This is evidence.
Oh, I like it.
I don't know. I like Tom's Man Who Fell to Earth mission control setup. Looks pretty cool.
Does that mean if I set like a shelf of Pokemon cards behind me that I can write those off? Is that a thing?
$750, dude.
I like
It's
it.
so good. You have Tom's hat on the Godzilla head there. You got
Right,
Tom's
dude.
shirt on. Man, you're running better than we.
I'm a sweaty dude.
Yeah, sweaty tryhard. I love it. For the kids.
Whoa, how's
Saying
Peter?
Tom's favorite Jaguar up there too.
Is this Gabby here in the chat?
No, that's me. I'm super.
That's how desperate we are for comments, folks. We just comment on our own stuff.
I'm gonna start talking to Mitch on the side here.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever we start asking questions, I'm going to take some Attack Peter questions. only through the chat, though. But how is everybody in the chat doing? I think we have a bit of a delay, but how's everyone doing? Where are you from? And happy Wednesday, I guess. It's middle of the week.
We got a lot of Kaiju representing in the chat there. We got Kaiju Cast, Kaiju Live, some good shows there. Hardcore fans
like
there.
it. Like
Nice, Kyle.
Oh wow, we do have to.
AJ Russo.
Yeah, so these Mondo happy hours, we started doing these obviously with everything that's going on. It's just a fun way to kind of connect with everybody and keep interact with the community, chat with the artists, and talk with you guys. So we'll be sitting here and we'll be talking with these two guys over the next hour or so. We announced a couple new posters today that from both of these artists. Both of them are Kaiju focused, Godzilla focused. We're doing an Invasion of Astro Monster by Tom Whalen, and then Attack Peter has Godzilla versus Gigan. So we're gonna, eventually we'll kind of mosey our way over those topics and talk through some of those posters and the creation and artwork itself and all of that stuff. But for now, how's everyone doing? It's spooky season's upon us. So is everybody hanging out and enjoying the scary movies and games and books?
I wish there was more Cobra Kai. That's all I want to watch right now.
Oh man,
Love
I
it.
haven't started yet.
I haven't started yet either.
Oh, you're
Cobra
right.
Kai is so good.
It's
And let me
really great,
stress,
man.
I didn't really give much of a crap about Karate Kid.
All right,
Part of it.
that was my next question because I've seen it once and it's not.
Yeah, I don't care about it either.
I didn't buy it on VHS, dude. I mean, I was like, oh, it's a fun movie when I was a kid.
Yeah.
They handle it well.
I've seen the Jaden Smith one as many as the original one, so one time each.
Yeah, it's not necessary to have like a love or an admiration of the original. It helps, but it's super good. I agree with Rob. I'm waiting for that new season to come too.
It's almost here, guys.
I just finished The Boys last night, so I'm pretty high on that right now.
Well,
How is The
Patites is 23 horror films deep already. Man, I am one segment of Creepshow 2 deep so far on my October this year.
We're
with you.
going back to some of the classics. My wife had never seen The Lost Boys, so I showed her that on Friday.
Oh,
And,
wow. It's a top 10 movie for me.
It still holds up, man. That movie's still so good.
I'm planning on seeing Ghoulies. I've never watched it.
Oh, wait. If you're going to see Ghoulies, plan to see Ghoulies too. Ghoulies is... Listen to me.
You're taking up my whole night now, Peter. Jeez.
No, listen to me. You can almost just do a YouTube video, like recap of Ghoulies 1. It's just like Gremlins knockoff. By the way, I've almost cursed 3 times Chris Mowry. I'm really trying, dude.
Yeah,
And,
Rob said crap.
And so, but Ghoulies 2 is a work of art, my friend. It is absolutely everything you want it to be and more, because you can't really plan for the greatness that is that film. Just saying.
No,
like-
I totally
is
get it.
this
It's
like
like Penitentiary and Penitentiary 2. Penitentiary
It's
2
like
is
it's like
awesome.
it's like street trash. That's like what I predict it being like.
No, it's like if Gremlins was a little more adult.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Wait.
I mean, to me the best movies series to watch at this time are the Evil Dead and Reanimator series. Those are my
I do love
go-to things.
Reanimator a lot.
Only watched Reanimator once. The
Oh,
first
you gotta
one, and
watch
then-
Bride of Reanimator and Beyond Reanimator, dude. It's so good.
You're a Johnny sequel. Wow. Tell me.
When something is that good, I'll take Reanimator 7 at this point. Where's the Reanimator cinematic universe? Kevin Feige, get on it.
Give
Fun
us
You're
your
right,
fact-
though. Bride of
fun-
Frankenstein, another sequel that's better than the original, so I can't argue against it, though. Jeez.
There's a
Fun
lot of
fact:
sequels that are
within the first couple months of me working at Mondo, Reanimator was one of the first. This was the Wild West days of Mondo. Reanimator was one of the first slaps on the wrists we got. They were not stoked that we made a
Oh.
poster. So
Alex Pardee.
yeah, it's a great Alex Pardee poster. Very old
Dang.
poster.
Alex got slapped twice. Basket Case, we also got a little slap for.
Yeah,
No
Brian,
way.
I think
Love that movie.
we worked it
Yeah.
out.
Mitch, where did that tape at?
Oh man, in a box down here. I need to make those J cards.
I've been I read a lot of comics too, so I've been trying to read some kind of horror themed comics this month as well. And I just finished this book. I texted Mitch about it, but it's this book called Infidel. It's a real quick 5-issue read, but it's super good and super creepy as well. But basically, it's the story of this Muslim American girl that moves into an apartment complex, and the apartment complex is haunted. It's haunted by ghosts that kind of feed off xenophobia and racism. So it's kind of in that Jordan Peele Get Out, kind of sort with social commentary vein.
Nice.
But it's super good, and the artwork is crazy.
It sounds like Lovecraft. Literally, it sounds like Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it current or trade?
Trade.
Okay.
I think Image put it out, but it's super good, man. I'll shoot you over the link to it. But yeah, it's crazy. good.
Ooh, I've got a weird thing that kind of relates. Do y'all remember the Prince song and video Cinnamon Girl?
Of course, bro.
Okay.
Guess who did the animations for that? Greg Ruth.
Really?
Oh, no way.
Really?
It was about, remember, it's the a Muslim girl, and she gets harassed in her neighborhood, and she finds like, screw this, and then something happens. But I'll let you watch the video to.
Speaking of Lost Boys and speaking of social commentary, I watched with my sons. We watched Vampires versus the Bronx on Netflix, and I enjoyed that quite a bit. I'd recommend that.
Yeah.
Came out last week. It's kind of like Lost Boys meets Attack the Block is sort of what it felt like to me.
Jenny's been wanting to start that, so ooh.
And
It's
shout
good,
out,
really?
I liked it. It's definitely not like the hardest edge adult movie or anything, but I liked it. We had fun with it.
well, shout out Greg Ruth, by the way, who's just dropping some
Also,
awesome
I've been
drawings right now.
I've been following this long-term scary story called "How Things Are Going in America Right Now."
It won't end.
Let us know how it ends.
Yeah,
Worst creep show ever.
I hope the sequel is not as good.
yeah.
Yep.
Not as scary.
No, yeah, not as scary. Exactly.
I'll tell you this. I have been, speaking of watching horror movies, I've been using Shudder a lot, which I haven't up until this point, because creep shows made me think of that. I'm surprised how well curated it is. It's got a lot of great movies on there.
It's super good.
Yep.
I know Rob watched it, but have you guys checked out Zoom?
No, I need to.
No, I've heard that's next up on my list.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe they pulled it off so well. It was amazing. I
Hey,
saw stuff on there I have not seen in any other horror movie. I don't want to give it away, but I was like,
Can you pull up Hunter's comment here? Let's go ahead and address this.
Can you give me
For
the
now.
timestamp?
5 messages ago.
Uh,
What is going on? Okay, let's go ahead and address
Whoa.
this because it's been a pretty wild topic. As everyone probably saw on the internet, yes, there are new tenants in our gallery. So when we were originally scheduled to have House Party during South by Southwest. That's right when things were heating up, and anyone that knows me will tell you I was an early adopter on the COVID is not going to be good train. And so we shut that show down. And I think we were, as far as I know, one of the first people to shut something down, it seemed like. South by wasn't even shut down at this point. As it got worse and worse, we just kind of ran out of reasons to hold on to the gallery for a year or two or however long this takes. So we let the space go. Will there be gallery shows eventually somewhere else from Mondo? Yes. We will have shows in Austin. Who knows where? Maybe in that space, maybe in Baker School, maybe somewhere else completely. We will have shows, but holding on to a physical space as somebody that has one here in Minnesota that hasn't used it since March, it's not fun. So we decided to let that one go. That's that.
It's
Tales
now
from the Hood.
haunted by ghosts.
I'm gonna switch over to the Tales from the Hood comment because Tales from the Hood is great.
It is so good. I watched it.
I've never
like,
seen Tales from the Hood. Is it good?
Oh,
Is it?
It's
Oh,
good,
I
man.
watched it like 8 years ago, 7 years ago with Justin
So good.
Ishmael. Couldn't believe how good it had held up at that point.
The voodoo doll story is the scariest one.
Super ahead
Same
of its
here.
time.
Never saw that one either.
I love anthology horror, so I was surprised how good that one was. Still, king of modern anthology horror, though, is still Trick or Treat. Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
No, man. Nightmares. It's a great movie.
Shout out Michael Dougherty.
Speaking of Trick or Treat, that just came out with a comic adaptation as well that I picked up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's crazy how many people don't know how long it sat on the shelf for. I remember following that for a while before it came out finally, right?
Mm-hmm. I wish Krampus
Yeah,
would've
totally. I think it was developed a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
And it never had theatrical release, did it? It went right
I
to
don't think so.
DVD.
Yeah.
I think
it went right to home video.
I think it was I can't remember what. Yeah, it sat on the shelf forever and then went straight to DVD. It was supposed to come out in theaters for like 2 years after being done and didn't, which I still don't totally understand. But
And then now, if you go to like one of these Halloween stores, the spirit stores, it's all like a whole section of it is dedicated to Trick or Treat.
is that true?
Yeah,
That's great.
dude. Yeah.
Huh. Very early on, so I can't remember what year that movie came out, but fairly early on in the course of Mondo, I really liked that movie, and I reached out to Michael Dougherty directly and was like, "Could we make a poster for this?" And he worked with us directly, and it was really cool. And he's obviously gone on to be huge since then.
He was surprised, yeah, because back when we first asked, we were allowed to do anything we wanted for it.
Yeah.
Credits, likeness, didn't matter.
Yeah,
Did he do Krampus also, or am I just?
he did
like,
Krampus, and then he did the new Godzilla, right? Did Godzilla King of the Monsters?
But I'm saying he has like one of the best Christmas movies now too, because that's amazing film.
I was gonna say,
all right.
Have you
how
seen it?
long-
I've seen it. One of the best Christmas movies.
I love it, dude.
That's definitely a take. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the take.
Michael Dougherty, I'm with
Getting
you,
a little
bro.
hot over here.
The crowd's turning on Peter.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll die on that hill alone, just for the gingerbread man, dude.
I was just gonna say everything but the gingerbread man's cool, but here we are.
I love that guy, dude. Straight out of Shrek, dude.
That's true.
Look,
Dude, there was a lot of Mondo product for Krampus that was going to be made in the collectibles category. I
That's
believe it was going to
completely
be
true.
Krampus Madball or Mondoids. Sorry.
This is not a joke. To give you some insight,
Brock
we all went
loved
to,
it.
we all went to Krampus together, and an argument ensued after the movie whether we should be making a bunch of Krampus product or not. That is not a joke. That happened.
looks like the crowd's with me, by the way. Even Hector
There's
is
a lot of-
agreeing with me.
There's a lot of Krampus love in this chat, man.
Man, Brock was onto something.
I can't say
I couldn't get out of the theater fast enough, I will admit.
I'm in
Rob-
touch. I'm in touch with the demo, guys.
That's right. That's right. You got the kids. You got the kids.
Cool. What else is going on with you guys?
I want to hear some more like horror movies you've been meaning to watch that would be surprising to find out you haven't watched. Or actually, wait a minute. Is there any kaiju movies you've never watched?
I'm sure.
Tons of them.
Surprisingly? Like what? Like what would surprise me the most? Like if you're like, actually, Rob, I've never seen Gamera.
No, I've seen.
I've never
Gamera.
seen Matado. Yeah, it's not kaiju, but you know.
I've never seen. I forgot the name of the film, but it stars that squid monster Gazora. He's like the walking squid that like comes out of the water. And he's
I
like,
can't believe you haven't seen that movie. That's crazy.
I know, I can't remember the name right now. Excuse me.
I don't know. He's making a good pitch for it. Now I want to see him walking.
It's like a super coveted figure too. It's like literally a squid that comes out of the water. He's like a gigantic kaiju squid. Mitch, we'll be making posters by this time next year. Don't worry.
I hope so.
I want to see a Tom version with a little top hat, and the squid's just like
so good. Oh, that's what's awesome in the news right now. Those Tom Whalen dinosaur.
Yo,
figures,
whoa,
dude.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on with that, dude? Tell me some stories. How'd that happen?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
After I did a show at Gallery 88, the 4x4 show with Perillo like 2 or 3 years ago, they contacted me. They wanted to develop those drawings into little vinyls, and they did some test runs. They weren't happy with the results, and they're like, why don't we just do something brand new, like from scratch? And 2 years ago we started, and they're up for pre-order now. So that was so much fun. And they let me do my thing and just did all the sculpt paint samples, and they look so I can't wait to see them.
I imagine you being like Lewis and Clark and going, yep, we started, and then we got there, and then we were done. That was the Lewis and Clark expedition. Hope you enjoyed it.
They look so awesome, and they're like such a steal at that price. Shout out Jeff May from Sideshow in the chat too. That came out great.
Hey,
Nice.
shout out.
Hey, Jeff.
As far as the theme, as far as them being like which dinosaurs were picked or developed, was it totally your call? Did we collaboration or?
Yeah. Well,
was there any ones you wanted to make you didn't get to make? Do you want to make?
Yes, there was a Triceratops that was a like a street rapper, like an 80s street rapper. There was a Pteranodon that was like a World War II bomber. So there was probably.
Well, it sounds like they picked the exact wrong ones. What? I mean,
there was like, I think we did 6 total, like full sketches, and then we got it down to 3 finals.
Okay, send me this Triceratops after the
yes, we'll do
transmission.
I love that idea.
Yeah,
that sounds awesome, man. Jeez.
Yeah, that was a super fun project.
Yeah,
Rob loves 80s street rappers.
I do.
Look, Jeff's talking about a series 2.
There you go.
Let's do it.
Hey, I'm down. I'm
Got
down.
3 more.
2
Make
years
it
from
happen.
now, debuting in 2022.
Get that Rob Jones Velociraptor with the hair hanging off the side out.
No, he'd be that Pachycephalosaurus, the one with the big cranium that smashes.
Yes.
There's one that's just like me. It has the red. This is a drape hanging underneath the crown. It's a dinosaur. When you see it in the books, you're like, yeah, that dinosaur didn't get laid. I can tell. How'd it go extinct? Had nothing to do with the comet.
Let's talk about some of the releases that are coming out.
Oh yeah, we make posters.
Posters. Jeff says he'll use his negative cloud at Sideshow to talk to some people. Yeah. Tell him the Mondo happy hour and all of its infinite viewers are wanting to do 3 more.
We'll reach out. We'll tell him we know a guy from the chat.
Well, Rob,
by the way, dude, smash that like button. Everybody in the chat, hit the like button, man. What are we
Look
doing?
at Peter.
We're not here for our health.
Literally
ding the bell.
He just
Hit it, dude.
me, man. I was about to say while Rob is getting that set up, how about you guys hit that like button?
It's not there. It should be.
Oh, we'll get that. We'll pull it up. But Peter said, smash that like button. Ding the bell.
Ring the bell.
Subscribe.
And while you smash that like button, let me point out. I don't know if you noticed, Eric, but it's a Long John weather.
Classic default Rob outfit. All right, here we go. What are we looking at here?
I love it.
So
this is are you gonna tell? Okay, I thought you were waiting for me to talk. Go.
That's you, man. That's you. You're on it.
I was just laughing because the first thing that comes up is the sketch. But if anybody who was watching our last show together about the prints that we do together, they might know the story about how I submit these really detailed, intricate, like. Speaking of Greg Ruth, look at that. I mean, Greg Ruth, get out of here. Look at that sketch, dude.
Here's what I almost wish we didn't show this because there's so many other artists that send in like detailed sketches and have Toho go, hey, I'm sorry, this Godzilla snout completely off model. Peterson says it, and Toho goes, great, all the way.
I don't know, dude. This is
Patricia,
why
kid.
this is why I'm not cursing tonight, frankly, because of this. This is my way of saying thank you to Chris Mowry.
Yeah, exactly. We will not curse for you, Chris. That's how much we like you.
But yeah, man, that's shout out Matt Hardiman in the chat, by the way. He's the guy that the link.
Hi, Matt. Yeah, Matt Hardiman really is. He's the guy. I remember sitting at my desk in the office, and Matt comes up and is like, "Hey, do you know about this guy Attack Peter?" And literally just like showed me your Instagram page, and then had a couple samples that you had sent him, and I was like, "This is amazing." And then I think we've told the story the last time you were on, but I think a month later or so was Comic-Con. We met and chatted there, and that was that, man. We loved your stuff and wanted
a loving relationship was born.
Yeah.
And I had sent Matt a tube stuffed with posters, which now are fetching a good price on eBay in case you need that gallery back, Mitch. But
yeah, no doubt.
Okay. But yeah,
I'm sorry. Matt's also the reason why why I got bizarrely fully into Hedra. He was such a fan of that. I was like, oh shit. That's good taste.
Rob's current things right now are Hedera and Yoko Ono. Those are the things.
I didn't bring her up.
Can I just say how much? Can I say how much I hate Peter for being able to turn in that sketch and then go from that to basically freehanding on a piece of linoleum? Is it linoleum?
Yeah.
Going from that to that with no intermediate steps and just going for it. That is I've watched your work, and it's unbelievable.
Tom,
thank you, man.
Tom will get notes on how many spikes are on Rodan's belly.
Well,
right.
if it's any consolation, if it's proof the universe has balances, then I can't hit print. I gotta go and ruin my C6, C7 cervical spine, cranking out those prints for days at a time. But
it really is like amazing though, because like Tom was saying, the sketch is on the left hand side, and then the final linoleum carving is on the right, and there we go. There's the final artwork, and to make Tom hate Peter more, he turns these around very quickly.
Yeah, and I want to clarify my comments so they're not taken out of context. I don't hate the process.
No, I hear you, man.
You don't hate the player, you hate the game.
I hate the player in this. I definitely hate the player. I hate that you can just jump in and nail that like without a Command Z.
Well, here's a piece of information I normally don't share, but I'm all about the transparency. I actually got about a quarter of the way into this carving, and for the first time in years, I did a restart.
That makes me feel.
That
makes me happy.
I have it back here.
You were going to tell Tom, hey, bro, work without a net. It'll be a lot faster.
No, please. In fact, not that we're just here like kissing each other's butts or anything, but there is something that I get away with is like, if something doesn't look right, I could just add 3 more stars, whereas Tom's always trying to craft like in a Mignola-esque way, which is like, what do you need and not a bit more? And that's like how you create iconic images, is something that like it's readable like this. It's frankly like, as somebody who collects stuff too, you like all of it, because there's some artwork that you walk into the room, it's the first thing you notice, and it's a statement piece. And I think Tom's work is definitely that. And then there's also artwork where like you got to get up close to it and like really look at all the little stuff. And so there's all these facets, and part of why I'm so excited to keep doing these Godzilla prints is, number one, knowing that Tom's doing them too. I love that, like, we're almost like two sides of a coin in terms of design and aesthetic, but it's so fun. Spoiler, I got a chance to see how Tom was working on it, a couple months ago. I got like a little tease of it. It's so cool to see that composition come together and lay out, and it's someone who thinks like you, but not. And as an artist who works in isolation so much, it's awesome to see them. And I love it. I love it. Absolutely. And I'm honored to be here sitting with you, buddy.
Well, that was much nicer than what I said about you, but I appreciate it.
I'll say I agree with Peter. That totally sounded like we're kissing each other's butts.
By the way, we're living in Bizarro world when the guy who works on computer is like, I can't believe you can just dig that out of a piece of linoleum and then print it out by hand.
So easy for you. Toil on this.
Look at that, dude. That thing rocks, man.
So this is Tom's preliminary sketch.
Yep.
I know, but I gotta say, the background for this is the aliens zoomed in. I love the rough aliens. It's just great design by itself.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Tom,
sorry.
yeah.
Tom,
I think
talk us
think
through the composition and kind of your thinking behind it.
so. I think as anybody who I've talked to in the last 10 years knows that since I've started doing posters, this has always been my goal is to get to do Toho stuff and do the kaiju. So my goal is, whether I get to do every movie or not, at least to do the main kaiju and the iconic ones. So this was on the short list of to get to do King Ghidorah. And to me, this was just a showpiece for him, and basically everything else had to work around that. And landscape just seems the best showcase to bring that to fruition.
I love landscape
Because they're
posters.
spread. But no joke, especially the aliens too, as I've been digging more and more into the Showa era of films. I don't know, I really like the aliens whenever they pop up, whatever they're
Same here. Yep.
Yeah. In Godzilla vs. Gigan, they're all wearing orange suits and just looking fucking fly. Effing fly.
Oh man, you just got us canceled, bro.
guess who's calling, dude?
Yeah.
I do want to shout out Jeremy's comment here, because I agree. He says those out of frame bolts. I agree. It's such a easy trick, but anytime anything breaks a frame into the border, or the artwork kind of breaks the frame into the border, I love that. And Tom does it great here with the.
But it's got to be dramatic. It's got to be like, make it a point. I hate when people just do a little bit of it. And you're like, oh, it's barely breaking the frame. How interesting.
Yeah.
Here it's like.
What I love about this poster is how you were able to put the Ghidorah head, the center one, so high, yet because you put those flying saucers around it, that's the focal point of the poster, is somehow way at the top. That's right where you look. And
Yep.
I think that's so unusual, because normally if most people did this and weren't putting in those flourishes, you're looking at those dudes in the front. And you somehow were able to get the focal point to be the coolest thing in the poster, which happens to be a background element. And I like that a lot.
Thank you.
Then also it kind of goes, the composition makes your eye go all the way around the poster to all the elements, but then once you get to the aliens at the bottom, they pick you back up towards the title. So it's this really cool, like cyclical, like once you get to the bottom, you're just ushered right back up to the top. And it's great. I love it.
Ooh, I have an idea. A great question to ask. For both of you, what would be the Godzilla movie and artist you would most like to see happen? I asked this because I was digging through old emails and found an email from a million years ago where Ish was talking to Ken Taylor about maybe doing a painting of Hedra. And I was like, come on, man. You can do likenesses. What we're doing with this Hedra
This is
shit.
a funny story, because Rob found this old email where Ishmael was like, what about a Hedera by Ken Taylor? And Rob was like, the likeness guy. And it's funny because I called Rob last night and I was like, man, I feel bad. I was a huge dickhead, I was a huge bad dude on that email. I was like, Ken Taylor, the likeness guy? And Rob's like, no, go read that email. That was me. And I was like, oh, thank goodness that wasn't me.
Were those couples that starts to look alike the longer we sound alike too?
Well, I have an answer. Tom, do you?
Yeah, how about Jeff Darrow on Shin Godzilla?
Ooh.
Just because of detail and that tail with those.
That's not a bad
going.
idea. That's not a bad idea.
That's pretty like breathtaking if that could happen. Holy shit.
I would say Mignola, any Godzilla movie, but I want a black and white 54, and then I want a super colored Godzilla versus the Sea Monster.
Yeah, someone write this down. I'll try and make it happen. We internally had one, and I reached out to the person that's can I share an upcoming one, guys? Do you think?
Of course.
Hasn't even been started yet. We're doing a Shin Godzilla with James Stocco, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Absolutely perfect. Yep.
He's another one, man. He should be on a rotation. I love that guy. Orkstein, dude.
We're huge fans of James's, and again, shout out comics. There's a book called Godzilla: The Half Century War. That's James just crushing Godzilla illustrations page after page. So yeah, we're working on that and super excited about it.
Super exciting.
because that's kind of like one of mine. Because for me, I know this is like very boring, but actually, truly, my favorite Godzilla movie is Shin Godzilla, and
It's a great
so
movie.
How's
that
that
one is
boring?
I don't know. It's just like not very. It's not very classic, you know. It's like saying my favorite Sofia Coppola movie is the new one with Bill Murray. But that's kind of a dream one for me, is to put that one together. So hopefully it comes out as good as it is in my brain.
Jeff May says Art Adams doing Godzilla versus Megalon, but that's another one. Art Adams doing any Godzilla.
Anything.
Yeah.
movie.
Oh yeah, of course.
Art Adams, yeah, that's just someone that I'd love to do a poster with, whatever he wants.
But look at how
Art
fast Mignola is banging out those drawings for the World Kitchen charity he's doing. Just like give him a break from those for one day and let him bang out a Mondo poster, man.
Yeah, I'm totally into trying to hit him up. Who knows? Both those guys, it's like pretty intimidating to talk to. But,
I know, dude. That's my only person I'm intimidated by in all of the world is Mike Mignola.
I'm pretty intimidated by Darrow too. He's like kind of an intimidating dude.
I met him at a con in Fort Lauderdale where it was so poorly promoted that there were more exhibitors than guests, and it was a killer lineup. Jeff Darrow and Ben Templesmith were just there in the artist alley talking to no one, and so I got to talk to him for a long time, and he was one of the nicest dudes I ever met.
Yo, MondoCon 1. Let's talk about this for a minute. MondoCon 1, Jeff Darrow, Bernie Wrightson, Basil Gogos were all at MondoCon 1. Shit's
and
insane.
they were all side by side booth wise too. And Anthony Michael Hall, I think it was.
MondoCon 1.
Not Anthony Michael Hall at the con. The hall itself was called Anthony Michael.
Yeah.
What were you going to say before, Eric, about Mignola?
I was going to say we did a poster with him a couple years ago for Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, that's one of my favorite brides that we've done. So yeah, again, open offer anytime that we can do anything with Mike or any just legacy kind of comics creators like that's amazing, and we would love to take advantage of it.
Godzilla is a really cool platform to work with artists that you don't work with normally, because generally, let's say somebody like Mignola, like what do you reach out to him for? You know, it's so hard. Godzilla can kind of be done cool by anyone that's good, right? And so that's why it worked so well with the Kent Williams thing, because we had heard that Kent wanted to work together. We didn't know what on earth to put him on, and then it was like, oh, let's do Godzilla, and it came out so interesting and different than his normal work. And I think that's, in some ways, Godzilla is the perfect platform for that, because if you're good, it's kind of hard to fuck up or mess up, you know?
I
agree.
Kent Williams one and the sketches he released after. Somebody DM'd me on Instagram showing me that they own all three of the sketches, and
oh, cool.
They're so awesome, dude. Even the sketches are just
my favorite part's that little bit of red in between his two, like his thumb and his forefinger. It's weird. It's like this, but it's just like all this anger concentrated in that one little area.
Also,
yeah,
one of the nicest. Yeah.
If you think about like any really good high-end artist that seems intimidating, it's like, oh, I would love to see a Godzilla by them, right? Like, give me a Joao Ruiz Godzilla, give me a Michael Reeder Godzilla, all this stuff I would love to see, versus, you know, it's hard to do a lot of movie properties, but there's so much room for expression in the Godzilla films that it's a really good fit.
I think it's because over the years, like the suits were changing so much, the designs have changed so much. Kaiju Cast, Kyle just asked, have you guys thought about doing a series of posters for the Heisei Godzilla series? You guys did some on the last drop, right? We had Destroyer in there.
Destroyer?
I won't say which one it is, but I will hint that Shan Zhang is working on another Heisei era Godzilla poster. It'll be a surprise, but it's Shan, so it's going to be nuts.
Totally. Godzilla versus Charles Barkley print, please. I used to have that shirt and hat.
We have totally talked about it. We have totally wanted. Trust me, there's some amazing art for it too. Yeah. I want to make like just Safubi for it too, just a Safubi Charles Barkley. It'd be amazing.
Then and now.
Yes. I would love a modern Charles Barkley just in a suit, Safubi. Please give me that.
Chewing gum.
I would love that.
Getting pulled over for a speeding ticket.
Tom, what's your favorite Godzilla?
Suit or movie or?
Let's say movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go way off the beaten path and do Godzilla's Revenge, which is one that I watched as a kid. It's widely regarded as the worst Godzilla movie. It's basically a clip show. It was put together from clips from the previous movies. I think it came out late '60s, but it's about basically it exists. The entire movie exists in a little kid's mind, and he's learning how to beat bullies at school.
Oh boy!
And he befriends Godzilla's son, who can size shift throughout the movie. So it is far from the best Godzilla film, but it's your best. Near and dear to my heart for the many times I've seen it at my grandmother's house.
That came out, and that must have come out. Chris Myers in the chat, by the way.
What's that?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, like, I was like, Chris Myers in the chat, so maybe he can help. But I was asking, like, when did that film come out? Because I feel like that era with the kid and Minya together.
Yep.
That was like Sea Monster. Son of Godzilla.
Yeah, that was like that era.
That's my favorite era right there, where most like hardcore fans would say like it's rough waters there, but I love that. I was saying anything with Godzilla on an island in a beach setting, tropical Godzilla for me is the way to go, man.
Tropical Godzilla.
Oh, All Monsters Attack. That's why I didn't recognize the name, because I think that's what it is. It's also named All Monsters Attack, Tom. It's on the.
I know it has
the Criterion.
names.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chris, I haven't cursed once, bro. Just so you know. I literally have a score sheet right on my iPad here, so I can keep track. Rob, ooh.
Yeah, oh, really? I think I dropped a bomb on accident. I had one
on accident,
which is not. Yeah, it's not even. I'm not even the odds aren't on me to swear, but I did one.
Hey, passionate.
Somebody asking for a Godzilla '98.
Or now he's just called Zilla.
Is that the one with the P. Diddy song?
Yeah,
and the Rage song.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
One of the best Rage songs.
The Green Day song.
Oh, yeah.
Can't believe they put that. Can't believe they put that movie out without using the Pharoah Monch song from that era.
Oh yeah.
Simon Says, dun 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 dun.
That was the first Godzilla movie I saw because I'm a baby.
If you got a few more years of being a baby. A few more. Hey, surround yourself by old guys, and you're always a baby.
Yeah, dude. I say
there was like some abandoned, I think Stan Winston designs for Godzilla for a movie that was going to be around that time. That's one of my favorite Godzilla designs ever.
Yes,
ever. To me, it's a cool way to keep the look of a man in a suit, but still make it kind of badass for a newer era. Mm-hmm. I hope we get that put out someday. That would be great.
Oh man, Cameron in the chat pointing out that it had a Jamiroquai song as well. Jamiroquai fell off the face of the earth. It's crazy. Jamiroquai used to be so dope.
Yeah, was Jamiroquai just that popular, or was it just the logo that was that
very
popular?
The
logo was on the back of every window for like a long time.
But here's the thing about Jamiroquai. Jamiroquai. Without a doubt, in a certain time in America, without a doubt, any person that heard a Jamiroquai song could tell it was Jamiroquai. That's saying a lot.
Everyone saw the video too, dude, because he looked fly, fucking doing all the weird sliding floor moves and shit.
That was one of my.
What's your favorite Jamiroquai album?
How long till Jamiroquai song, dude? I'm like, I can fucking remember his name. Jamiroquai.
How long till Jamiroquai's cool again? Because like Marilyn Manson's cool again, and like Korn and stuff. So how long until Jamiroquai's cool again?
Never.
I don't think he hit that hard.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson. What I mean by Marilyn Manson being cool is Ghostman is the new Marilyn Manson. So like,
oh yeah, it's relevant in that way.
Yeah.
No, Ghostman was the new Marilyn Manson. Now Ghostman's the new Slipknot.
Yeah. Fair.
Well, that's the point. They just use them. It's funny. Like that's where we are, guys. Like we're at the point where things that were edgy when we were young are like ironic now. I thought Omnibusters was gonna say bring back Buck Cherry, and then I just read that wrong. I'm like, no.
I got a hot take. You know what I think killed Jamiroquai?
Oh, whoa.
We're back on Jamiroquai.
I don't know if it can ever be cool again because I think it got worn out by the incredible ending of Napoleon Dynamite. I think that might have been the final gasp.
That was the Jamiroquai song?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Wait, I want to comment real quick on
Such a good song.
Comment. I once got asked to do a poster for the Squirrel Nut Zippers. Oh yeah, there you go.
Squirrel Nut
And it was-
Zippers had Andrew Bird, right? I think.
I don't know, man. They
Yeah,
had
he
one
was
song. It's what they had.
He was in
And
the
here-
band before he was Andrew Bird.
Yeah.
Well, the weird thing was they asked me like after they had made it. So it was like the next year, like, hey, we're still. The actual email started with, "Hey, I'm so and so from Squirrel Nut Zippers. Yes, we're still around." That was how the email started.
They knew the clock was ticking.
I like that. They know their place.
I did not reply.
The email came in and like a message in a bottle.
Cyclone S is asking what happened with the Godzilla figures, get her a tiki mug and all that. I believe those are still coming. They haven't released yet, but those are still very much coming down the road.
Believe it or not, it's hard to source things right now, manufacturing. So I'm sure it'll probably take a little longer than it's supposed to. That's been one of the big things we've been running into on, like, I don't know about like on Mondo projects, but when we talk to other companies, they're like, yeah, it's hard to get anything made right now. It's crazy. Like, it's hard to get a bike right now.
Yep.
Oh my god, dude! Don't even get me started on that.
Ran into that.
Here we go. Hector from our collectible scenes in the chat. Yep, Godzilla Tiki and statue are coming out in November.
There you go.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't want to. There's Hector shared some stuff that's pretty exciting, but I'm gonna leave that to Hector. I'm assuming for a future.
Yeah, we'll get the collectibles team on these happy hours sometime soon. I'd love to come chat with them about some stuff as well.
How many? I know I've done 5 right now. Godzilla posters. Tom, how many have you done now for Toho Mondo?
So I did one actually for a solo show in 2015. So I'll count that. So
yeah.
I think this is the 4th,
Yeah, right.
3rd, 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4th. Yeah.
Are you counting your variants too? Because then it's
No, then
you
8.
can count a variant as a separate poster.
Movies.
Well, I don't know,
movies.
Peter, are you counting your variants? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I can't please variant. My variant was a smudge on it. Although I did on the AP, on the APs, I did a little Mecha Godzilla stamp for 10 of them only. Let me see. I think I have it here.
Oh, dude, show that off.
Oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, that is above and beyond.
It's pretty sizable too. Well, I saw Jason Edmonton.
Stamp? That's a whole other thing.
So
Man,
I put it
that's
at the
awesome.
bottom
Yeah.
for only 10 that have this. I think only 10, yeah. But I saw Jason Edmonston's like doing full murals on his. I'm like, God, I gotta step it up. I was almost a curse.
If you want to
Dude,
start making that real,
that's stepped up. Don't give me a fucking break. Wait, are you going to do Flying Gigan for Godzilla versus Gigan for your APs?
You never know.
if you want to start making that real money, make it so one of the 10 people get that piece of linoleum.
I was going to say, how did nobody step that up yet?
I have not put any linoleums on sale, and I'm definitely not going to put any of the Godzilla ones because, and this is what I was getting to with my original Tom question, I am holding out hope for the Mondo Godzilla show once all this is over, a triumphant return where we kick down the doors of the gallery, throw everything out that's in there, and literally just
save your linoleum. Definitely save your blocks. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it'll be so fun to do that show plus everything else that has come out since, like a revamped version of what would have been. And
that's right. Let's do that. Let's do that. Save that linoleum.
So
just keep doing your remarks, doing your little stamps, make that Tom Whalen money, and then we'll have the show at the end.
That's what I'm saying, Tom. I was like, and just keep Tom. You keep doing them too, and then we'll just have them all flush.
All right, co-signed.
I love it.
Make that man who fell to earth money. get that
you
off
really
his clean,
should get
dude.
that like they sell those Star Trek control panels. You just put it right behind you, and it could be clear.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Rob almost bought a Star Trek chair once at the height of Mondo, like the battle spot or whatever you call that.
It was Kirk's chair. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I like the battle.
Yep, but
by the way, people in the chat have to understand that this wasn't actually licensed, so I can't just sell these little prints on my own. People ask me that all the time. This was like a little treat for artist remark. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's called a gray area.
I'll tell you this: the minute you made it available, it wouldn't be as cool anyway. So
That's what I'm saying.
God.
I'm gonna make the addresses of anybody who bought one available, and you guys do what you gotta do. Purge 2020.
that's right. That's right.
And we have more in the works with you guys on the Godzilla front, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going.
I'm all in. One almost out of the pipeline, and one on the horizon.
We can tease it, can't we?
I think that's what
show it.
I don't know.
We're gonna show it. I don't know. If we
No,
should
show it. Not show it. Not show it. Just say it. We can say it though.
Imagine.
Yeah,
you want to or no?
Who's in it?
People want to. You want to let people guess?
Sure.
No, fuck.
Rob, who's in it?
Just say it. Just tease it. Peter, what are you working on next?
First person to guess that
What
it's
Tropical
that
Godzilla are you working
the
on?
first person to guess that it's that movie that Tom mentioned being the worst Godzilla movie ever made is win a special prize.
But that would be a great one to do. You get to
That would
pretty
be.
much choose anything, But Godzilla vs. King Kong, people ask me about. That's not the one I'm working on next. But I can say this: I'm gonna do what few have tried to do, and what most are scared to do.
I will say when he said it, I was like, "Wow."
Let's let Tom
Right?
guess.
Clap.
Does Tom know?
What's that?
No, I don't know. I think
can
Tom
have-
does know.
No, I don't know.
Tom guess.
I'm hanging on this. What? All right, give me the lead in again.
All right, Tom.
What,
Okay. So if you think of Godzilla canon and you think of its lowest point, not counting the 98 Godzilla.
Yeah.
And by the way, when I say lowest point, not in my opinion, but in the opinion of many people. And you think of one particular character that really just encapsulates the question, what'd you put that in there for? I'm trying to tackle that guy.
Rob, is it my favorite character?
Minya?
Yeah.
Minya?
Minya. I'm putting Minya in the print.
I was thinking maybe it was King.
No, King Caesar's
King
cool.
Caesar.
King Caesar's cool. I
love King Caesar.
I am putting
love King
Minya
Caesar.
in. I'm putting Minya in because when I first pitched it, I'm like saying, well, what's the one piece I would feel bad never having a chance to try if this all ended tomorrow, and just throw it in there. Kyle's right. I'm doing Son of Godzilla. Son of Godzilla.
Yes.
The 67 suit, right? That's
Oh
one.
my God.
See? Hold on.
People are curious how this goes down as far as assignments. At this level, it's basically, hey, what do you want to do next? And Peter's like, Son of Godzilla, and we were like, whoo! I didn't think we could assign that to anybody.
So typically, here's the way assignments go down in almost every case, right? Peter comes to us, says the movie I want to do on my deathbed, or if I was on my deathbed, I'd be bummed I didn't do Son of Godzilla. So here we are.
It's not much deeper of a thought process in my brain. I got to be honest with you. In fact, I'm so glad this is the way things work.
That is such an amazing bucket list item.
Look at that guy.
The thing that's fun about it too, though, is why we paired these posters together. Is these are two of the biggest Godzilla just hyper fans that we know that we work with. So honestly, whatever they want to do, I mean, they pretty much have carte blanche at all the titles as far as we're concerned, because they're gonna turn in great work. Peter and Tom both. They are mega fans, so we trust them. If they want to go for it, then have fun, man.
Yeah, I think we've chatted a lot. Peter and I have just messaged, and we still pinch ourselves with these assignments. It's stupid that we not only get to do one, but we get to have that input of which one we do next.
Well, you know what it is too? It's like, I know full well that there are, like, we just listed all these dream artists / movie project poster project for Godzilla. I know full well that there are just legends living among us that could take this assignment and go nuts with it. And the fact that I get to do it and it's official, and I don't have, and that stuff is once in a lifetime. That's the kind of dream you have as a kid. I mean, what did you draw before Godzilla? Dinosaurs is the same thing. And so it's I basically get to live that childhood dream professionally. And I get to justify, well, I need another reference.
I need you Godzilla 98.
I want to hear the IRS fucking guy going, Man, this guy needs a lot of references.
Very thorough.
I think we should honor them. Also, this home office. What the fuck, right?
Well, Jason Edmondson only gets to write off this part.
Exactly.
Shout out Jason. I love that guy, by the way.
Tom Whalen living that dinosaur and Godzilla.
Absolutely. I can go to my deathbed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Hopefully not.
Well, it's just a really cool thing. Like just us sitting around talking about it is kind of like the same thing we would do as kids. Like, oh man, if you could do this, what would you do? And this is part of it, you know. Like I look forward to these happy hour chats as much as anything else because this is the fun celebration of what we're doing and toiling away on every day.
Yeah, that's what it's like working on our end too. I mean, Hector's here in the chat, but like, there's just a lot of what the toy guys are showing us kind of daily of what they're working on, what they're prototyping, what they're wanting to do. Like we're all just making the most of it. We are lucky to be able to make things like this. And we're just trying to make, cool shit as much as we want cool shit to exist. So yeah, it's a fun situation to be in, and whatever these guys want to do, going back to that original, statement, whatever they want to do, we trust them entirely.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I would say we should start taking some questions.
Yeah. Let's open it up to the chat. Any questions for us or for Peter or for Tom? Start firing away.
Hopefully Jeff May dips out before the question portion started.
Jeff May knows what I was talking about being hard for things to get manufactured. I just saw the expected delivery date on those Whalen dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear, also, I would 100% do a Godzilla EA poster. Like, there's no
So would I.
Oh, so would I. Yep.
You could do Final Wars and then throw Zilla in. Am I right, Tom?
Yeah,
bear in mind, we have a
You'd have
50th
to.
anniversary coming up this year or next year.
No, Jeff May. I was saying that in a our pain way. It's hard to get anything fast right now.
Aaron Tapkin is asking, any more Michael Cho Marvel prints in the works? Yes. Yeah, we just got another one approved weeks ago. So probably like November, we're going to try and shoot to have something new out. It's another big Marvel team. I'll say that.
You just gave it
exciting.
away.
Will we get any non-Godzilla Attack Peter prints?
Someday.
I'm just going to tell Aaron right now that the Michael Cho poster is going to be for Alpha Flight. It's going to be pretty awesome.
I was excited.
It's going to be for Canada Day. It's going to be really sweet.
Someday, oh man, Lawrence Dwayne, that is not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. I might have to send Lawrence Dwayne a special variant if we actually do this idea.
Ooh.
I have a couple of unannounced approved sketches in my sketchbook, by the way. So
did you see this Lawrence Dwayne suggestion? Though?
I saw it.
That's
good.
Attack Peter Stay Puffed Kaiju print. That is not a bad idea.
I love it. Does it count as Kaiju?
Well, we can make it look like one.
There was a big argument.
Why not?
There was a big argument in one of the Facebook groups I'm in the other day on whether the Cyclops from Sinbad is considered a kaiju.
I saw that.
I like that.
You saw that, Tom?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that firestorm. That's man.
The real issues.
Exactly.
Whoa, wait, I'm curious though. What was determined? I mean, the majority is like non-kaiju, right?
I think majority were like, I mean, this is deep nerd stuff. We were in a specific Facebook group about X Plus, who makes these beautiful figures, and it's X Plus Kaiju figure Facebook group, right, Tom?
Yes.
That was a guilty laugh, by the way, from Tom, because he's in there with me.
It's never been verbalized like that to me. I've always read it, and I'm like, it does sound pretty bad.
And I love the group.
Me too. Yeah, it's great.
But they're just, I don't know if you guys have seen it. They've announced these like Ray Harryhausen figures from X Plus, and
I talked about it. I said I know where $250 of Ish's money is going to.
Yeah,
it's pretty sweet, especially the deluxe version. Jesus, it has a rotating eyeball. I mean, it's crazy.
And Justin Ishmael ears burning tonight on tonight's episode.
I know.
Jeff May asks, what property would Peter or Tom like to do that you guys haven't done yet? Godzilla not included.
It's getting harder every day for Tom.
It really is, and I don't say that like in a cocky way, but I have worked with, so many that I've had on the bucket list, and man, come back to me, Peter.
I would kill to see Tom do like flesh out that world that those dinosaurs came from, like each one of them get their own print with their environment type thing or something like that, like your own original IP. I would love to see
a
that.
marketing guy right there, dude.
Yeah.
I would like to say
That's
Tom,
the pro in the room right here. I'm telling you.
I would like to-
Don't you agree? Like when I saw Brachionaut, I'm like, oh no, where's his base? Where's his like? How does that guy get around? I want to see that whole thing, man. Like that Brachionaut blew my mind.
Oh no, totally. Brachionaut just floating in space, just with Tom's planet work is always like.
I say
awesome.
jump on that pterodactyl bomber thing. That sounds freaking brilliant. I just want to see that stuff, frankly. You know, like that.
I would like to see the Pokemon movies or TV shows by Tom. That's my wish for Tom.
All right.
Or just, oh man, here, this is what you got to do, Tom. You just do like Pokemon cards, but giant poster size, where like all the stats, everything, but your art in them, but they're giant like that, dude.
I'm gonna go silently crack up off screen real quick and also use the bathroom.
Peter, it's like you've hacked our emails or something.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
well, not the Tom part, but I've been begging to do something. But yeah.
Dude, because I was talking to someone the other day about like one of my favorite pieces of collectible anything ever, and I'm dying to get them again because I don't know what happened to mine. Were the Series 2 Marvel trading cards that came out in the 90s, and they had
Jim Lee ones?
Well, it wasn't just Jim Lee. It was Art Adams. It was everybody. Like everybody was, yeah. And oh no, I know what you're talking about. That was like a Masterwork series. This was just like Marvel trading cards before.
Okay.
There was Series 1, Series 2, but Series 2, dude. Something about those cards, I would kill to get poster size versions of those things with all the stats and all the.
Yeah, we could probably do that. Aaron Tapkin saying she wants you to do Pete's Dragon, Tom. That's not a bad idea. The first one.
I remember her pitching that a long time ago, and
Not a bad idea.
That. Yep.
Yeah.
I would love to do like Masters of the Universe stuff, but like
Omnibuster's got a good one. Brachionaut versus Takoro.
Heck yeah.
Oh yes. Yes.
We should make that poster.
Shout out Takoro.
That is fantastic, by the way.
That'd be fun to do like a collab piece where I just like we do like I'll send a vectorized version and we do like a screen print or something with both of them on it. That'd be rad. Like all because the both of us have so much free time.
I want to shout out Tom's work. He was one of a handful of artists that was commissioned to do some board designs for the new Tony Hawk game, and they're awesome. So kind of going back to what Peter was saying about just kind of wanting to see you flesh out these original creations and original worlds that you come up with. You did, was it 4?
Yeah, it was a series of 4 that connected, and that was
so good, dude.
That was a super fun project. They came to me and basically like gave me carte blanche again to just do whatever. And I think Edmiston did some.
Yeah.
And
Jess Siemens.
It
makes me sleep better at night to know it seems like somebody working on that game is a Mondo fan.
That game
when I saw all the artists that they used, I was like, thread.
Ken Taylor did. I think Ken Taylor did. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Ken, Jess, Tom, Jason, Florian. I think that was it. But yeah, that was awesome to see.
I did not realize,
project, man.
I did not realize what a cultural touchstone those games were.
Oh, it's crazy.
I'm probably a little too old to have played them in the first go round, but everybody, even like I have a neighbor who he asked his wife for the game for his birthday, and he's like begging her, and she saw my post on Facebook, and she was like, our neighbor did the artwork for this game, and he was like flipping out, and he's probably a couple years younger than me, so he's right in that wheelhouse of that game. Must have hit pretty hard.
Dude, I grew up idolizing that. I played that game so much, and as soon as I saw that, I texted Tom, and I was like, "Dude, I just unlocked your stuff." And so weird. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah, I got a lot of texts when that came out. That was super fun.
By the way, if anyone wants to make dollars right now, somebody locked down the rights for releasing that soundtrack on vinyl. You'd kill it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say release the boards. I want those boards, man.
They sent me. They actually made actual boards.
No.
That sent me 4 like high gloss one-off boards that I'm gonna get. Like I'm gonna mount them
Heck
in my
yeah,
new
dude.
office. They look so good. But I
That
don't
to
know
me
why.
is that's a dream project, dude. To play your art in a game, dude. Come
Yeah.
on, and Tony
Yeah.
Hawk, dude.
Yeah.
I just
I'm
imagine
trying to
Tom-
unlock. I'm trying to unlock Tom's board so hard, dude. I got Jason Evans. I cannot get Tom, dude.
Step
I'm
up your
imagining
game,
Tom's
man.
future office with guitars hanging in the background as well.
Right.
On
Right.
the wall.
Gigawatts has a good hang on, I got to come back to Gigawatts in a second too. But have you done an X-Men animated series? I would love to see Tom do an animated series. X-Men poster.
Actually,
Oh,
I
yeah.
did. Not for the original animated series. The one is it Evolution, the newer one. I just did style guide work for Marvel about a year ago. I don't know what it's going to be used for. I'm assuming T-shirt, but I did get to kind of play in that animated world.
Awesome. That's very cool.
I like Nathan's comment. That's a good idea.
Hang on this Gigawatts. He put together a video that's kind of like a history on like a Mondo history, but specifically focused on kind of our soundtracks and the artist soundtracks, and it is so good. And I think a couple days ago, he recently did an interview. He sat down with Mo and Spencer. So shout out Gigawatts on the Mondo Love, and go check out his channel and the interview with Mo and Spence. It's really good. I listened to it the other day, and it's super good.
Very cool.
I like this Nathan comment saying that Peter should do a Space Jam with all the Monstars. That's a really good idea.
Down.
Wish that could happen.
Yes.
I mean, Tom doing Space Jam too, frankly.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. If we could make
Kind of a
monsters, we would kill.
Resurrection
That's
of our
very
own.
true. Very true. If we can make Monstars Safubi, they would kill.
Heck
Some
yeah.
of my favorite things we've done with Tom are the Looney Tunes series back from like 2011,
Yeah.
2012.
Gosh.
That was a long time ago.
Really? That was 2011?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't give a
Like
shit. Fuck that.
sands of the hourglass, Rob. So are the days of our lives.
There are boulders going through that hourglass, man. Damn.
Shout out John Garcia. The Dave Mirra games were fun. Also, the Matt Hoffman games was a good
Those
one.
were good. Not as good as Tony Hawk, but they were good.
To Woarang, that John Cooper print is coming out soon.
Yeah, I think probably November.
Approved.
Well, Ring
Yeah,
always on top of it.
Would you guys? I know we were talking about earlier about Brachionaut and Takaro, but would you guys ever be interested in any sort of a collab poster for a licensed piece?
Anytime, dude.
Absolutely. That'd be a crazy mishmash trying to figure out how to get them to work.
Yeah,
together.
how'd that work?
I don't know.
That would be awesome
Yeah.
just in and of itself.
Yeah.
I love it. Hey, see what we should do, Tom. This is how my mind works. Is we start by videotaping our conversation, trying to figure this shit out. Oh, dang it! Chris, I cursed once, dude. It was half of it.
Oh, you're fired. You're fired.
I was so good, dude. Well, yeah, but that would be funny, like documenting like us trying to figure that out,
That would be awesome.
and then like all
this is a lesson to artists everywhere. Document everything.
dude, for sure.
Document everything.
What about if you did it like this current poster crop we have here? Instead of Tom doing the Japanese variant, what if Tom did his take on your layout, your characters, everything about your Gigan, but the English version, and then you did the Japanese version of his Astro Monster?
I don't
Yeah.
want no way.
What
Dude.
I was-
then
what-
people are gonna be like, oh, that's what it should look like when they see
What
Tom.
I-
Well, that's the
But I-
thing. You got it both ways, but it's taking Tom's
That's
composition
actually
layout
a
to
cool
a
idea, though.
filter and vice versa.
What
No,
I was
yeah.
wondering is, what if Peter did a sketch for Tom and Tom did a sketch for Peter, so that
That's awesome, dude.
they each finish off each other's layouts.
That would work. I like
Ooh,
that.
I like that. All right.
But Tom, hear me out. The sketch has to be crude because your Tom's sketches are practically a finished poster almost. Have you seen? Like they're
dude.
already like ready to go.
As we've covered in this stream, no one's
Yeah.
sketches are cruder than yours, Peter.
Right,
We get
right.
it, we get it.
Lower
Taking all the
bar.
crudest.
I would love that though. Actually, by the way,
I would
like,
too.
it makes your
That's
brain.
a good,
think
that's a
differently.
good way to do it.
I think that is the way to do it. Yeah.
And we would do like next time we release one, like we have the sketch ready and we reveal it at the end of the happy hour. and then to be continued to the next time we do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a trilogy of podcasts, Mitch. You got to think
This guy, I'm telling you.
I like it. I
One,
like
two.
it. And you guys got to think of like a good group name for you two. You guys are like the Lizard Boys or something, you know?
That was the one we had. That's actually the name we picked.
I like the Lizard Boys. I want that.
Rep-
I want that
Reptile.
merch.
The reptile people jokes coming from an Austin company is troublesome.
I like the Lizard Boys. We'll start wrapping it up here. Any other questions? We'll take a few more. So fire them in the chat. We'll start wrapping it up for the night.
Okay.
Favorite instance
But,
of someone stepping in poo in a movie? I don't know what that means.
Jar Jar Binks.
That's the first one I thought of too.
Billy Madison, right?
I'm having trouble thinking of any.
What is yours, Robert?
Yeah, Robert. Is it maybe he's like the Zach?
Yeah.
You know how Zach Carlson put out that book of every time a punk was ever in a movie? Robert should put out a book of every time somebody stepped in poop in a movie.
Do you remember Ringo Starr in Caveman? Yeah, there you go.
Marty McFly, Back to the Future 3. It's not a bad one.
A movie I've not watched.
Wow.
I hate manure.
Yeah, I hate manure.
That means nothing to me. All I know is ZZ Top was in the movie. End of story.
I would answering Colt's question, I would definitely do a Last of Us print for sure. In fact, I made one and I realized I didn't have a license for it and I couldn't release it.
Let me tell you something about Last of Us.
So,
It's a difficult project to do carved out of a piece of linoleum. We'll leave it at that.
yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Here's the deal. It might be like Toho. Because they see what Peter's doing, they kind of accept the limitation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got
I'm
some
just
Naughty
saying
Dog,
we get
I got
very
some Naughty
specific
Dog
notes.
guys following my Instagram account after I
There
put
you
up
go.
that little one. What we gotta do is go have Chris call them for us. Say, listen,
they're very fun to work with, but if we made it through from your sketch to your carved final without having
I hear
to
you.
change anything, it would be new. So
No.
yeah. It would be new.
Yeah. Do you have the linoleum for that?
I have it here. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I was making a note, Eric, to talk about it after the show.
Oh, yeah, that's probably better.
That's a good way to do it though, if you already have the thing done.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We can say, what do y'all think? Yeah, well, no, keep it secret for a second there, dude. We might be able to, oh, shit.
No, this is already on YouTube. Like I put this demo up on YouTube. It was just a
Nice.
little. It was for when the game came out. I was trying to use that algorithm everybody's talking about now. Rob, what was that, Tom? Put that back up. What was that?
That was a real life kaiju.
That was a Tom Whalen flex. What was that?
Yes.
Oh, that's really realistic. I love that.
Get outta
sweet,
here.
we'll call it. Thank you guys for joining, man. And Tom, where can the people find you?
Strongstuff.net is the website. Shop is linked off of that, and Twitter, Strong Stuff Tom, and Strong Stuff on Instagram.
Wait, can I ask a quick question? How did
Yeah.
you get to the name Strong Stuff?
All right. So my wife, my wife and I worked at the same design agency way back in the day, and when she got hired there, she had a cool little letterhead that had a little logo that said Kelly Swisher, Natural Brainstorm, and it was a little tornado. And I was like, I need something like that. So I just started brainstorming. Next couple months, I put together that strongman character, and it's stuck ever since.
There's
So you ripped off your wife. I
I
hear
ripped off my wife. Yeah.
There's a long storied history of, for all you young poster artists out there, there is a long storied history of why you should use your name and not another name. And
So
ask animal rummy and strong stuff here.
I was gonna say shout out Jock 420.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love you, Jock. Peter, where can the people find you?
well, I'm at Attack Peter everywhere online, and tomorrow night we're doing a new print drop and stream at my channel on YouTube here, Attack Peter. You just gotta look up Attack Peter, and we're dropping our third print in my Month of Monsters series based on the mummy. So like
Ooh.
come out to the stream tomorrow. It's gonna be like a little mini Halloween party that we do every week for the month of October, and special guests. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
Let
awesome.
me say
And I'm like,
that series is so killer so far.
Yeah.
oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Eric, can you pull up Jeff May's plug here? I actually think we should share that.
Yeah. Jeff
Oh,
May
yeah.
says Tom and Peter both gave amazing interviews on their episodes of Sideshow. So go check out Sideshow's YouTube channel and find those interviews. And
Jeff's an
you know,
awesome
see-
interviewer.
I watched Peter's episode of Sideshow, but I hadn't seen Tom's yet. But I did see Tom's episode of Peter's show, and I really liked that as well. That was a great
Lots
episode.
of cross pollination.
It's one big family, dude.
Also, Erin Tapkin says that it's nice to see us and everything. We miss her. She also says, "Don't forget to vote. Everyone, don't forget to vote."
Already
Yeah.
did.
Those are-
Yep.
Already did
Please
too.
vote. That's it for us, guys. Again, we have 2 new posters releasing tomorrow by both of these awesome artists. They go up on mondoshop.com at 11 a.m. Central Time. So if you're interested, be there around that time, and good luck. But thank you guys for watching. It's always good to come hang out with everyone and chat with the community. We miss you guys. Everybody, please stay healthy, stay safe, and vote.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
have been watching the Mondo Happy Hour. All right. Bye, everybody. Love you guys.